It worked this time.
We on? We good?
We cool.
We live.
Why you laughing? Though?
Say anything.
I
How
didn't say
you
you said
doing
nothing.
today? How y'all doing today?
I'm good.
How are you? How was everyone?
I'm all right.
It's been
Wednesday.
been a long day. Is it Wednesday?
Right.
Yeah.
It feels like it should be Friday though, but it is Wednesday.
I'm good.
Yeah,
How
it's
you
Wednesday.
doing? How y'all doing?
We
I'm
here.
good.
I'm alive.
The week is half done.
Yes, it is.
All right then.
I'm letting y'all get acquainted. It's your first time meeting.
Yes, it is. So Andrea, right?
Andrea. But you got it. You got it.
I'm so
Camille.
sorry.
You good. You're
We
good.
just met like 5 minutes ago.
It's fine.
So I apologize.
It's fine.
Andrea.
It's good.
It's nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too, Camille.
Thank you.
I seen some of y'all podcasts.
What was your thoughts?
That's scary.
Y'all have a real, I don't know, I kind of think of it like a brother-sister relationship. Y'all y'all throw blows back and forth. Seem like it's love, but then it don't. That's what I caught from it. Yeah, I caught from it. It's cool.
He likes to argue with me.
No. You bother me
Okay.
and talk while I talk.
All right. Anywho.
That's what I gathered. I gathered that. You be talking while he's talking, but
See?
I did gather. But that's not, it might not even be the case.
It's not.
Y'all just got, tag you it. All right.
Yeah. And he just happened to be it last time because any other time he talks over me.
That's not true.
And always
I
shoots
did that
down
one episode. So I was being
everything that
immature.
I say or ask
did
me
that on purpose,
questions,
I'm
and then
sorry.
when I talk, you guys get on your phones and don't listen. But the one time that
I
I
never do that.
talk, because you know how you just you peep and you act accordingly. You know what I'm saying? So if something has happened over and over again, you kind of just fall in line and you just
ain't
be like,
never-
oh, okay, this is how they do. So if I'm going to be heard, I have to speak over people because that's what they do to me. So then when I do it, then I'm wrong.
It's doggy dog.
Yeah.
I never talk
But
over
that's
you.
how it is. So
And I'm
it is
never
what
on
it
my phone when you talk.
is. Lies.
And if I am on my phone, I'm looking at the outline trying to figure out
Anybody
how I'm
could
gonna
say
get out the mess
that.
we in.
Okay, all
I'm
right.
serious.
Yeah. Happy Wednesday.
We probably
Happy
need
Wednesday to
the
you too.
headphones on today then, huh?
Yeah, y'all probably.
Maybe.
Probably.
Maybe. Whatever.
It's all right. It's
So
all right.
did y'all see the clip that Steve Harvey had with the interview he did with Shannon Sharp?
I saw some of it.
I saw one clip.
Just
I
one.
knew it was I knew there was a 2 hour. I don't know if it was 2 hours or not, but I did see
It
one
was a
clip.
2-hour interview. It was a good interview.
I said I was gonna watch the whole interview, and I got distracted. But I did see the clip.
But it was a clip of him saying that men should stop worrying about what women bring to the table because women have the ability to birth kids, and that should be enough.
I did see that part.
What are you as women? I'm throwing myself in the doghouse early.
I mean,
go first.
it's a good point. It's a real good point. You ever gave birth?
Period.
You got kids?
I don't, but I have a ton of them around me.
Okay.
And so, yeah. Do you?
Okay. I have one.
Okay. So there you go.
I've made life.
I got
That's a
two.
pretty big deal.
It's a serious matter.
Yes, it is. You
So-
are responsible for another human.
It's not even. It's not just the responsibility though. It's the making of the. So when he said women can bring life to the table, they can bring another you to the table. That 9 months, that's a serious matter.
Yeah.
You damn near die.
That
You
is
damn
true.
near die at birth.
That is true.
I mean, so if we gonna just touch on that one point, he has a strong point. Yes. He also comes from old school though.
Yes, he does.
And I'm not mad at it.
I
I'm
can
not.
agree with you.
I don't know if I fully agree with it, but I'm not mad at it.
I can agree to an extent as well. Like I get what he's saying, and also that old school it's different. Back then, the ideals of men and women and what roles they played was different. So I get it to an extent, but I do think it's still important for a woman to have something to bring, like, to just expect for another person to just like take you with nothing, take care of you. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to like that. I don't agree with that. So I agree with him to an extent. I'm with you on that one.
What's your thoughts, Will? What you got to say?
No,
Not the stunner
you did
shades.
not.
Come on.
The theatrics.
Okay.
It's dramatic.
Giving
in here.
drama.
It's giving drama.
It's giving drama.
This
My
evening.
God.
What you got to say, Will?
And then you cross your hands.
He said something after this, but just speaking on this part, because a lot of women took that part and ran with it. I feel like the whole give birth thing should only apply to the mother of a man's children. So let's say if I have children and now I'm not with the mother of my kids,
Right.
and then I go trying to go find another wife. I don't want any more kids. So what does her having the ability to birth the child have to do with me at this point in life? And I don't mean to sound like a fuckhead. I apologize why I put the glasses on.
He didn't want to look us in the eye.
Right.
He didn't want to look us in the eye saying that.
Right.
He didn't want to look us.
That's sick. Why would
It's
you
like-
do that?
If I don't need a Hemi, why am I going to...
So you're saying, forget the fact that you're not with the mother of your child. I'm with a woman. We've agreed to not have kids. What does her being able to birth a child have to do with it?
Yes.
I agree.
Okay, I can hear that.
I agree.
Yes.
Because there has to be partnership.
Agreed. Absolutely.
And to your point, the way I was raised, right? Now, you got to remember, I think our parents were raised they kind of are under that umbrella of that old school teaching. Like they might be the last of the last.
Oh, for sure.
Right. Because we're millennials. We came in, we done changed up everything. I was always raised as a woman, you better have your own.
Correct.
Never give someone the ability to starve you.
Same.
Right? So I agree with you. I think there has to be partnership. Like, and there has to be purpose. I don't know. These days, relationships are not really about that. So, obviously you have all these ideas about what that looks like. I don't judge nobody's relationship. I would love to be a housewife one day, maybe a house mom one day. But to be honest, I don't even think I would be comfortable doing that. I think in my time, because I'm always thinking of something, like I think that time would allow me to be more creative.
Yeah.
Right. And venture into certain things that are interesting to me. It would probably allow me space and opportunity to bring more to the table versus just like a regular 9 to 5. It has to be partnership. Because you hear about men that get resentful of women.
Yep.
Who are not doing nothing.
Yeah.
I don't ever want a man to resent me.
Women get resentful of men in that position sometimes too.
Yeah.
Because the man is out trying to provide and he's not like physically there, and sometimes he's not mentally there because he's so focused on paying for everything. He's not available to her. So, yeah.
But that's why the partnership is important, because I think if you have like that foundation of like, this is what you do, this is what I do, and this is what works for us and not what other people think we should be doing, then that's what makes it work, because everything's not going to work for everybody. So there's nothing wrong with being a housewife or being a house mom if that's what you want to do and if that works for your home. But if that doesn't work for you, then don't do it.
Exactly.
I think a lot of women forget about the work it take for a lot of these couples to get to that point. For the work it took for that man to get to the point to where she could stay at home. Because the internet only showing us the outcome. They're not showing us the hard work it took. The sleeping, you know what I'm saying, on air mattresses, the not staying in the so good neighborhoods, the not driving a nice car. That's for some years. You know, they ain't showing us the lows and everything it took to get there.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times we looking at the internet and everybody just want the result. They don't want to put the work in no more.
I can agree with that.
But sometimes it's not that luxurious either. Like sometimes it's more beneficial for the woman, the mother of your child, to be at home. Like daycare is that's a whole tuition.
Yeah.
Daycare is crazy. Right
And
now.
don't have more than one. Like it's more beneficial sometimes for the woman to,
Right.
or man. I'm not.
or just for the family in general.
I won't put gender roles in it. For someone in the family to stay at home.
Right.
Like that, sometimes it makes sense. It's not, it might not even be a get it out the mud kind of situation. It might just be like, it works better for the whole. And that's why I said it has to be partnership, because it might be me, but it also might be that I might have the better job and you stay at home.
Right. Like
It's-
whatever works.
It has
for
to be
that
whatever
household.
works. But baby, when Steve Harvey said you need to worry about what you bring to the table, and I agree.
Now,
Cause come on.
that's one. I feel like the conversations have gotten too out of hand of what the woman is bringing to the table.
What you bringing
all
to the table? What
And
am
I'm
I
kind of like,
bringing?
I am the table.
I don't even
In what
want
way,
to
though?
say it. I don't even like saying it.
I don't like to say
I don't
it,
like
but
to say it either.
Sometimes.
I feel like it's audacity. Like, what do you bring to the table? What do you mean? What I bring
What
to
do
the
you
table?
mean? How dare you?
Put the
That
glasses
means
back
he's
on.
about to say something else that he
Put the
doesn't want to
shades-
look at us
put the
for.
shades back on.
This is ridiculous. What you got?
And this
What do you bring
this
to
the
the
second,
table?
This the second half of what Steve Harvey said.
Okay, say that because I didn't hear that part.
You got certain women who say they don't need a man
I never say
I
that.
did hear that part, and I would never say that
because
also.
y'all. I mean,
I'll
in
never
so
say
many
that.
words.
No.
You just
First
said
of all,
you was
not
the
one.
table.
No. But I have never said ever. I don't need a man. That never came out my mouth.
Never say it. I'll never say it. I'll never say it.
What all do a man supposed to bring to the table, ladies?
Protection, spiritual guidance,
Support.
emotional safety,
Absolutely.
right?
Heavy on that one.
Heavy on the emotional
Heavy
safety.
on the emotional safety.
I do think that, again, this is partnership, but financial stability, right?
Of his own. It don't even have to be of just me. Of me.
You
I
know-
want you to be financially stable on your own.
For yourself.
Period.
Because you want the partnership, right? You ask them what I bring to the table.
What
What
is
do you
financial
bring?
stability to you all?
Be able to take care of yourself the same way I can take care of myself. That doesn't mean, I think people mix up, like when people are, I don't need a man. So like technically, just because you are a woman that can take care of yourself independently doesn't mean you don't need a man. In my opinion, for me, I can pay my own bills. I can do those things. That doesn't mean that I want to. That doesn't mean that I wouldn't like to have a partner to share these things with, to have roles where it's like, I do this, you do that. That just because I can do it doesn't mean I want to. I don't want to take the garbage out. I don't like doing that. I would have no problem with having a partner that could take the garbage out and I will wash the dishes if that's what works in our house or whatever. So I just think I'm heavy on the, I will not be saying I don't need a man. Yeah.
Okay.
I think financial stability is being able to make sound decisions for the household, right? Like you can make a ton of money and fuck all your money off.
True.
Come home with that. I'm gonna kick
got
you
me.
out. You out. You're gone. Cause I don't play that. Like no, seriously. Like you can make all the money in the world, and I don't even see what's going on, right? Cause you're not of sound mind. You don't have good judgment, right? And I think about that in terms of like masculinity. Like I don't ever just see it in terms of just gender, right? It's the ability to be logical, of sound mind, to be fiscally responsible, all those things. So if you're the masculine person or the more masculine person in the household, like that's what I would expect or hope for,
All right.
right? So, you know, that's what I feel like you bring. Now, what we decide in partnership is what we decide in partnership. No two households are the same.
Agreed.
No two households are the same.
That's true.
Agree.
So, but what do I bring to the table?
It's a very disrespectful question.
Like it's disrespect. Just get to know me.
That's a very
Just get to know
disrespectful
me.
question. I
What do you
agree.
bring to the table?
You'll figure it out.
Just like get to know me.
I
What
said
kind of
that was
question
corny.
is that?
I never asked a woman that.
I
in
think
my
that's
life.
crazy. And then if I
You would
start
be able to
listing
see.
it off, what are you gonna do? Like keep track as we get to know each other? You said you brought this to the table. I didn't see it. Like what? What are we doing with this list? Like
What do I bring to the table?
I don't like it. Not a
Boy, I
fan.
could pray the house down. That's what I bring. I will pray the demons up out of you. Okay? That's what I bring to the table. But no, just is like get to know me.
Yeah. You'll figure out what I bring to the table. You'll see it. I don't have to tell you.
Shouldn't have
It'll
to-
be seen.
yeah.
It'll be known. It'll be felt.
Okay. I'm not here to argue today.
Oh,
Did I even say it?
I'll be watching the
No.
podcast. Y'all be arguing. Okay.
But do you see that I didn't do anything?
No, I'm not. I'm just saying. I just let everybody talk. I'm not
No, we didn't
I
say
could've just-
anything.
nitpicked at y'all, but I'm not gonna do that.
Thank you for letting us know that
You
you're
must
not.
agree you must agree with us.
I did.
See?
There's nothing
Okay,
really to.
good.
Hit that.
Progress.
This is progress, huh?
That's That's y'all.
Walked up in the
Congratulations. All right, let's talk about what you got. What the stir you caused on Facebook.
Did I cause a stir?
Tell me about it. I don't have
Yeah,
Facebook.
She did.
You don't have Facebook?
No.
Will, it
She
caused a
did.
stir?
What
Kind
happened?
of, sort of. It was just really entertaining. It started out.
Might have
I'm
been
gonna let her
entertaining.
explain. I'm gonna let her explain.
I gotta know what happened.
You know what? This is how this really started out. I went to Houston end of January, February. I'm zelling my girl or my girl's husband money for brunch. I clicked the wrong name, but they have the same name, right? Oh, dang, I done sent $75 to the wrong person. It's cool. Like, I know this person. I went on a date with this person a couple years back. Like, it's no big deal. Like, he'll send me my money back. Not. Like, he ain't send me that money back. But where Will is going with it is because I saw him on Facebook posting, right? I was so fed up. I was fed up. Now this is also what people don't know is it was also on the hem of a breakup for me. So what I was really fed up with was these niggas. Like, I'm just, you know what? I'm fed up today, and I'm about to write this story about this man who took my money. Like, welcome to Chicago, where men steal your money and hide. Okay,
And hide.
so I'm like, I just like that. I had to get it out. I had to get it out because not you posting,
Right. Right.
And I sent the message to the post like, so you're not gonna respond back?
So when you were asking, like texting for the money, he just wasn't responding.
Didn't respond, didn't answer the call, didn't.
Okay, I see why you.
And in hindsight, like, if God blessed you through me in that moment, that's cool. Like, it's not really, but it's cool.
Right. Right.
But so that's how that started. And then to be honest, again, I was on the hem of a breakup. So it was a lot of like stuff kind of on the inside. I was like, you know what?
Right.
I've been quiet for a long time. I just need to get it out. People just started responding out of nowhere. Like, the first post kind of went crazy. And they led me into the next post because within that post was a story about another man that was there, you know, all of this stuff. It led to the next post. We 20 stories later at this point. And I done went down like a kind of relational rabbit hole. It's a relational rabbit hole of fuckboyism. So yeah, but it's a little bit more than that, I think, because it just, for me, it's kind of a coming of age story. And I don't even know where it came from.
Yeah.
Like, it just became healing, I think, for me.
I get that.
It just became healing. People were interacting with it. People were just like, I had the same situation going on, or I understand how you feel, sis. And it just was like, it was really interactive day by day. And it's just been healing, to be honest.
Like, what, like,
Understand that.
So it's called Welcome to Chicago, a dating saga.
what made you? It's one thing to write it, but you like posted it for the public, like, and you like went like, it's real. I ain't gonna say it's real detailed, but it's detailed enough. Like, like what was your like? How were you that vulnerable to post that on the internet?
It was an act of self-preservation. It was honestly an act of self-preservation. Like, and when I say that, like, y'all been through breakups, right?
Yeah,
like,
of course.
Y'all done been through breakups. You done stomach and knots and all this type of stuff. Like, you feel away.
Yeah.
It was an act of self-preservation for me, because I feel like on the hem of that, you know, just where I'm at in life, and really reflecting, I was just like, you know what? I just need to get it out. And getting it out meant whoever would read about it or listen about it, like listen to it. And to be honest, I wrote it for me, not even necessarily for nobody. I just put it out there. Like,
I get that.
I was talking to myself, really. Like, you know what? I'm talking to myself in third person writing a story. It's really for me. It really wasn't for nobody to begin with, Will. It was just for me. And I had to reflect. I had to think, because I don't know if we're in the same age group or not. I will for sure, I think.
She a little younger than
I'm going to be 35 this year, right?
I'm 31.
So you get into this
Damn, yo.
this cultural situation where folks are like, "Oh, you're not married by now."
Yep.
Like,
Especially as a
oh,
woman.
Yeah, you got a
Yeah.
kid. Like you,
Yeah.
oh, so you got to figure it out. You about to be 40. You might not even have no more. Like you get into these situations where you start looking back and you're thinking, "Is something wrong with me?"
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like that's how it felt. So I'm on the hem of a breakup. You know, moving forward. Dude stole my money, pissed me off.
It's a lot going on.
Pissed me the hell off.
It's a lot happening.
And I'm like, is something wrong with me?
Right.
Let me get this out, because I kind of have to get this out, because if not, I felt like it could have been the cusp of self-destruction in some kind of way. You know, when you just hold so much in. So I took it, and I didn't want to take it and be self-destructive in any other type of way. I just wanted to talk to myself, basically.
Like if I could, of reflection.
Yeah, it's like a form of reflection. I just want to talk to myself, and if I'm really getting honest, this is what hurt me. Like this is where I feel pain. Like I feel pain here. This is what hurts me. This is what it made me feel like. This is what I feel like now. Like, and that's just kind of how it went. It was an act of self-preservation for me. And to be honest, it just kept me grounded. It really kept me grounded. I didn't want to, you get hurt, you'd be like, let me go get a drink. Like, I'm gonna smoke this way or whatever.
Right.
I'm about to go have some sex. Like,
right.
Then I'm about to fuck it away. Like,
take your mind off.
You do anything to take your mind off of it.
Distraction.
And I won't lie. As a younger person, yeah, probably. I'm older now. I don't think the same.
Yeah.
I don't want to do the same thing. So I just pushed the pen. Like that's how that started, to be honest.
So you wrote
good,
prior to that.
No.
So
That's what she's saying.
I literally wrote a story every day.
Wow.
Like I woke up on the notes on the phone, like recalling, like, and the way people was interacting with the posts, they really helped me guide the next story. It was like, oh, if you thought that was something, let's talk about this one.
So that's what was making you decide to
like,
put it on social media of like, oh, the feedback. Okay.
The feedback.
And it made you feel like I'm not alone.
I'm not
Other people
alone.
are with
Oh
me.
my gosh, that's really what
And
it
they
is,
feeling
too.
this.
They feeling it too.
And they might need this too.
And I don't even know if you need it. I just know I need it.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
Like, and if you got it in the midst of me getting it too, like, bless you.
Right. Then why not?
Bless you. So that's how that went. Honestly. And we're 21 episodes in, and I say episodes because it didn't start off as episodes; it just started off as posts.
Right.
I just migrated to Kindle Vella because now
Oh wow.
we got so many. It's like it just made sense to people were actually asking for it. Like, girl, you need to put this on in a book. You need to do audio. I'm like,
awesome.
really?
So you do audio now? Or
It's in the works.
oh, that's fine.
Like some folks don't like to read. Some folks are readers.
yeah, they like to hear it.
They like to hear
Like
it.
they listen to podcasts,
Yeah.
stuff like that. So.
And it's mine, so I might as well.
yeah, of course.
But Will, what you think about it?
What exactly?
What did you think about the stories when you were reading? As a man, because I got a lot of male feedback, not
Would you
just
say
from
more
women.
male or female, or like a little bit of both, the same. Equal?
It was more men than any women.
Interesting.
More men.
And I see some weird dudes like tell a story about me. It's like, dude, go away. What are you talking about?
Wait, what?
They was asking her to tell a story about them.
Oh, they were like, "Oh, I'm gonna be on season 3."
Tell my story. She like, nah, we ain't telling
It
that.
don't work like that.
Right. Somebody
about
I
my
dated.
story?
Right. Somebody I dated was like, "Sir, I heard you telling stories."
Sir,
You
that's
better
not. How
not.
this works.
But nah, real shit though. When I thought shit, when I was reading it, it felt like I was watching a damn a series or some shit.
Really?
Yeah,
That's crazy. That's
it
actually
felt like I was watching like a college, little series that female to watch, and they like 19, 20, 21.
that's
22.
crazy.
That's you.
That's just my brain. That's in
Yep.
my head. Was just in my head. That's crazy.
That's what I mean, it was just long as hell. So the first time I seen it about dude not paying your money. So then I thought it was just some more bullshit that came with it. So I was just reading it, and then it was like, oh, this
And then
some
you
other
was like,
shit.
oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought she was just being messy, but she wasn't being messy.
I really not, because I really am not dragging nobody.
Being messy.
After you read the first one about dude not giving
That's
her
what
money,
drew you
and
in
then-
was the mess.
Then it was
And
another
then you
long one. It was like, oh.
The mess brought
Like,
you
she
in.
going in.
Yeah.
But the story
But then when I
kept
read it,
you
I'm like, oh
interested.
shit, okay. All right.
going in.
That's interesting. I ain't never seen no shit like that before. It's real vulnerable, especially for a woman to express themselves like that on the internet. You know.
So
sound cool.
it's a lot, I think, that kind of is within each of the stories. Like, they're real stories. These are my real stories, but it's a lot that you can, I guess, grab from it. I mean, I talk about motherhood. I talk about my relationship with, you know, just men who are in survival mode. Like, that's a thing.
That's a
thing,
real-
right. Like, that's a whole thing. I mean, it's a
We
lot
ain't
of
got
stuff.
enough time.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff. We ain't got enough time for that.
No, but that's a real thing.
Yeah, but it's interesting that people have taken that take from it, like that you could read it, and that's the feel that you got. When honestly, I'm just trying to get the pain out of my mind. Like, let me get the pain out my head, and let me just put it on paper, and then look at it and light up, because that's kind of like how I start my whole thing. I got this fake cigarette that I smoke every day on Facebook. And so
Like,
you got the
smoke weed?
shade. No, huh?
You smoke weed?
No.
You don't smoke nothing?
No.
No. I
I
thought
don't
she smoked
smoke.
cigarettes for
No,
real.
he thought I smoked cigarettes.
Cause she just kept. I'm like, oh, she don't really.
He like you smoke squares? No, no, sir.
No, it's not real.
No, sir. But this fake one today is on this post, and yes, I need
Give me
it.
what I need.
It's gonna give me what I need.
She ain't smoking squares now, man.
That's how every story start up, is that I'm lighting up a square. So let's talk about it.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
so this would happen, but that's how I feel on the inside. Like Angela Bassett with that square, like
Yes.
she set that car off,
Oh.
and she walked away.
One of my
Like,
favorite
that's
movies.
me. Inserts me.
It's like the best part.
Inserts me waiting to exhale.
Yeah.
So you feel like have you healed since
I think
everything you've been through, or are you still going through the process?
I think I'm in a constant state of healing. You know what I mean? I'm in a constant state of healing because I think putting it on paper allowed me to see, like, what am I healing from?
Yes.
Because you might, you know, I've always thought, like, you're over these situations. Some of these situations are 10 years old. Then as I was writing them, I was like, bitch, like, why do I feel like this?
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Or you remember things
remember
that you
things.
didn't even think about until you thought about it again. Like, wait a minute, that did happen.
Yeah, and it's not that I'm mad at any of the people, right? It's maybe just a reenactment of, man, what did you allow? Like, here's some
Yes.
things that you allowed as a
Heavy on the
young,
what did you allow?
what did you allow as a young woman? So now as a almost 35-year-old woman, and I do want to be someone who's married, right? And I'm reflecting on, like, decision making that I did and actions that I took, and like, where are my vices? Where are my points? I think I'm in a constant state of healing. Like, no, I'm not locked on the bathroom floor. Like, I am not in the bathroom floor looking into space. But I'm healing. I'm growing.
Yeah.
You know, getting closer to God. So I think I'm in a constant state of healing, constant state of motion,
I think
constant state of
everybody
healing.
always in a constant state of healing.
Yeah,
It's a good place to be.
because I go to therapy,
Yeah,
and it's a must.
she's a therapist.
I know.
And
I know.
go to therapy too, so you know,
Okay, it's a must.
It's very, very important.
You get up in therapy and start talking about some stuff you thought you.
Sure.
So
Stuff you didn't even forget
yeah.
about.
So yeah, I mean,
I like that though. A constant state of healing.
you gotta be. I mean, y'all been in relationships. So you can talk to me. Talk to me.
What you want to know?
Y'all still healing? Y'all hurting from something? How do y'all get it out? Look, in this instance, I'd have pushed the pen to paper, but how y'all get it out?
That's a good question.
Well, actually, okay.
I ain't hurt.
I would say no, I'm not hurting now. But so like me personally, I was in a relationship for like 11 years. So you could imagine what that was like trying
Baby,
to
I
get
don't
over
make
that.
it past 2. I'm sitting there writing novellas with 11 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Wow.
I did kind of something similar to what you were doing of writing. Like I had a whole notes thing in my phone. To
About
where so it evolved. So in the beginning stages of where like we weren't completely done yet, but it was like very complicated. We lived together. It was a whole thing, not going into it. But the point is, if I ever had words that I wanted to say to him, but I didn't want to actually, because it was out of anger, I just started a note. So it was like an ever evolving note. I would go to the note and I would type it there instead of actually saying it, because I'm just upset. I'm in my feelings right now and I might regret what I say after this. And I don't know if this is the right thing to say. So I'd put it there. Once it was over, even then, I'm not talking to you. We're not together. This is done. I would go to that note. So if I went to it right now, it evolves from like anger to like, fuck you, nigga, you ain't shit, blah, 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 to like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Why am I feeling like, I mean, it just felt good though. That's why I understand what you're saying, to just get it out. Like, I don't want to tell you every single thought I have, or I don't want it doesn't have to come out of me, but to be able to just like get it out, that was helpful. So I can understand what you're saying about being able to just pick it up and just get it out. And then later, I remember looking back at it like, what the fuck? Like, I was crazy.
That's a very therapist thing to do.
Is it?
Yeah, girl.
That's emotionally smart.
And that was
emotional
before I was a
intelligence.
therapist,
That's
so
what I'm. Yeah, because
that's scary.
Will, was you writing before? Like I didn't.
I don't know.
Like I'm 30. I'm almost 35. So I'm writing now, but. Baby, I wasn't. I know 11-year relationship. I might have bust the windows out your car, maybe.
I didn't do that.
See.
But
See,
no, I just
very
I don't
emotionally
know.
intelligent.
I guess so. I don't know. I mean, I just did a lot of writing.
Women
lot
like
of
to
writing.
write.
What did you say?
I said women like to write. Smart women.
Don't just.
I'm sorry.
Don't just
I'm
categorize
sorry.
it
See,
like that.
I can't get away with that.
Women
Bradley?
like
What's
to
that?
write. all the women in the world can write.
Yeah, you don't have to be.
If Bradley was here, he would have had something to say.
You see how I'm
can't do it.
ignoring that?
At least he don't got the shades on. I mean, because then it could have been a.
I mean, I could
I'd
really,
rather that.
Could've been a
all
super
women
shady
are not
moment.
that
You
smart.
right.
I'm just gonna say it. I'm sorry. I got to be the fuckhead today. All women not that smart. They're not as smart as y'all. I'm sorry. Y'all are like a needle in a haystack in Chicago. I got 2 needles out of the haystack today.
I don't know about that. I know a bunch.
I know a lot of smart women.
Bunch
No.
of very intelligent women.
Well,
Y'all-
I know a lot
okay.
of smart women.
Like
Y'all, okay,
a
see?
whole lot.
I'm by myself. Okay, I digress.
I mean,
I
thank
digress.
you
say
for
what
the
you gotta say. But say what you, because I
No,
appreciate
because
that.
y'all don't.
I
You
appreciate
understand
that,
what I'm
Will.
saying, though, bro. Thank you. Okay.
Wholeheartedly.
I appreciate the compliment.
coming from
You
a
got to
nigga.
take the compliment when you get
I
it.
accept it.
I accept that.
We
compliment.
accept that.
Like, just
But I think it's. I mean, maybe we personally just happen to know a lot of intelligent women.
That's true.
We can't speak on the people
You're
you
right.
know
the people that
go
you
with
might
that.
know, Will, because where you know?
because we don't really know
where
if
you
that's
finding
true.
them at?
But we'll let you have it.
Where you
man.
know them from?
Where you know them from?
since we here, man. I got 2 women. What's y'all thoughts on the stigma of piss in the dating pool? Do you all feel like are you the piss in the dating pool?
The hell I am.
Ain't nobody pissing
fuck?
on me. Let me stop. I am
I'm in the
Not the
part
piss.
of the pool.
no.
Absolutely not.
No.
I am. Am I the piss? Absolutely not. No.
Not the piss in the
Do
pool.
I think there is piss in
I am the
pool?
jacuzzi water.
Have you called?
I am the jacuzzi water, okay? No, it's pissing. It is pissing the dating pool.
It's in there.
It is.
Y'all took a tinkle in the pool before.
And I ain't taking no tinkle in the pool. I mean, I might have given some folks
There you
hell
go.
back in the day. I might have given some folks hell. I might have. You know what? I actually reflect upon that. I did reflect upon that. I might have given some folks hell. And to be honest, some folks might have had to heal from me.
That is very mature. of
It is.
you.
It's a thing. It really is a thing. I lacked emotional intelligence for a long time. I did not care about
Yeah.
how others perceived me. I didn't care about how I made others feel. It was all about what I wanted or what I could get or whatever.
agree
And I wasn't never like a gold digger or anything like that. Like, let me clear that up. But
Don't shake your head.
just being young, you don't think about how you make other people feel.
When your birthday?
I'm a Cancer. I'm June 25th. I'm a very sensitive being.
Okay.
But
I never met a Cancer before.
it's
Or maybe I have, just never. Nobody ever told me it was Cancer.
we gotta figure out who you mean.
Nobody.
What are
She
you
said
fighting
it.
folks? You know, I don't lead with Zodiac
just
actually,
says
so it's
it.
okay.
You don't?
No, I don't lead with Zodiac. I don't.
I think you should.
I don't lead with Zodiac.
Tell some.
I'm just saying, I think. Okay, don't start.
I used to be into the horoscope. I don't believe in it no more.
Yeah.
Other than I am a sensitive being, Cancers tend to be, but
Cancers
The
are
horoscopes are-
sensitive but mean at the same time. Some,
if
not all.
That shit really
if you
is.
mess with the things that shouldn't
There
be
you go.
messed with,
See?
you definitely gotta be. You gotta tread light.
My daddy is a Cancer.
Back to the pool.
Yeah, it's piss in it for sure.
It's nasty.
It's
And
Why?
pretty
I'm not. I'm not in that pool. I don't even want to get out
Do you
with
think-
my toe in the pool. Will.
Do you think
why I
it's
be at home.
because people choosing the same? They looking for the same person over and over and over again.
What do you mean by that?
All right, let's say you have one particular ex, and then you just look for another version of that ex
Like unconsciously.
unconsciously
Because you think like that's your type.
because you think that that's your type.
Probably ain't healed yet.
There
That's
you go.
possible.
That's a good one. You're not
Yeah.
healed yet.
For sure.
Women do this too.
It's men and women.
Yeah.
People move around and not necessarily ready, but they think, like you said earlier, they think moving on to the next person is gonna make them like forget about what they had going on and take their mind off of it. So yeah, men and women do that.
I think it's that, and it expands past that. Because what are we dating for anyway? Like, if no, it's piss in the dating pool. One, what is your purpose for dating?
You want to get to know people, have a good time.
So you recreationally dating. You're not dating for the sake of marriage. That holy union. If you believe in God and you believe in marriage being a holy union, you're recreationally dating. That's one thing. If you have no real plan for that, then folks who are more so intentionally dating, they find piss in the pool, but they have a purpose for why they're dating, right? They want partnership. You know, it could be for spiritual reasons. It could be just that companionship. You know, it could be all of that. It just depends. But I think emotional intelligence part of it, because yeah, if you have not healed and you don't know why you're dating, you probably are looking for the same person every single time.
Yeah. I also think some people don't, either they're not sure of what their purpose of dating is, or they're just not upfront about what their purpose is. Or I think some people, like if someone is recreationally dating, but maybe they meet someone who's dating with intention. But I feel like some people who date with intention, when they meet someone that's not dating with intention, they think they can change their minds. Right? Like, oh, well, I know you don't want anything serious, but I can make you want me. And it's like, okay. And then you end up getting your feelings hurt because I already told you that I would, not me, I'm just giving an example, but I feel like a lot of people get their own feelings hurt because they think they can change somebody's mind, or they think that like, oh, well, you'll come around, or they think they sign up for something that they think they can do and can't. So maybe they want to date with intention. They find someone that's not trying to do all that. So they agree to something that they think they have the emotional capacity to do and they
don't.
can't. And then they get their feelings hurt. And the other person is like, well, I told you not to do that. And you like,
Right.
what?
I literally
What?
told you.
And
Folks
you-
are really honest these days. Like, I literally
are.
told you.
And then there's some people who's not. So I mean, I think there's so many different, but I do think the purpose of your dating, like you said, holds a lot of the key to all of that and where the piss is, I guess.
But it's piss in the dating pool. That's just it. I don't
for
even. It's
sure.
everywhere.
The level of piss. The level of piss.
It's nasty. It's disgusting,
Differs.
Will.
It is.
I done been on Hinge and got off 3 times. Like, you know what? No. No.
You done joined the quit.
What's Hinge?
Hinge, the dating app.
That sounds
The
nasty.
dating app. Listen,
Hinge.
it's supposed to be more upscale, right? Like it's supposed to be more upscale. You know, they got Facebook dating.
Oh, I've heard of
You
Hinge.
that.
did Facebook dating?
I didn't put myself on Facebook dating and was like,
For how long?
literally probably like a week. Every time I put it up, I'll be like, girl, take this back down. Like, take it back down. Take it down.
I mean,
Like, I hate it. I hate it so much. I got on Hinge. I was like, I hate this.
oh no. Did you
So you did Tinder before?
do any dates on?
Did I do Tinder? No, I don't think I ever did Tinder because Tinder has that connotation that like Tinder is like a
Like the
hookup. Like I
hookup
want to
thing.
have sex with you tonight kind of deal. I never got on Tinder. No, I never got on Tinder. I had to think about it because I wouldn't do that. But
Did you go on any dates with people off Hinge? Like met up? And
so one of my stories is about somebody I met on Hinge.
it must not have gone well because he became a story. Okay.
Just
bad.
pissy. Just pissy. It's nasty. I done got it, but and I also, you know what? For me, I'm a little crazy. And that's probably why I'm single. Look, I'm a little crazy, so I don't like the idea of being placed in a lineup of other women. I don't compete, right?
Well,
So
women got lineups. Y'all got lineups.
I never said that we didn't.
So why y'all can't?
I never
does
said
this
that I
become a
was put,
competition?
but I never said I was going to put you in a lineup. I never said that we didn't. You know, y'all got it. We got it. But
You contradicted yourself now.
no. Because I never said that the
So
people
you don't have
that
a
I
rotation no more.
no. No, I'm not. What do you call that when you just dating multiple people at one time? I don't know what the word is called. It's a word for it. I don't know.
Serial dating.
Serial dating or
yeah.
something. I can't do that no more. Like I I say no more like I ever did. I was always a relationship kind of person. Like I love everybody. You know what I mean? Like I love you. Come on, let's be in a relationship today. Like we together. We go together real bad. Okay.
I love you. Let's be together.
Let's be together. Like because I don't compete, and you gotta be with me if you want to be with me.
Yeah, I know. I get
But
I get that.
I'm not. I can't even do it no more. Like with that being said, I don't even give my energy to multiple people. Like spiritually, my spirit don't even connect to that many people. Like I can rock with you. I can rock with anybody, but I don't rock with just anybody.
Right.
Like my spirit don't even connect with people like that to even give you my time to
that
just
type
to
of
converse, to talk, to
Yeah.
I'm usually so I'm usually kind of to myself. Like I usually don't talk to nobody.
I get that.
And then if I really like you, like you're not even in the lineup. Like there might be a line, but you're not even in it. Cause I like you now.
You over here and they over there.
Over there. Like I like you now.
I actually talk to you. I don't even talk to them.
Like if you tap me on the shoulder and I actually look back, you know what?
I kind of like you.
And baby, and cut all your hoes off, okay?
Yeah.
Cut everybody off. Cause I'm here.
I feel
See, a
that.
lot of women don't think like that. You hear this, man?
I do, and I actually had a rebuttal for that.
What?
Say something, but go ahead, bro.
Somebody he like, help me, say something.
Because in one breath, you can't say, "Oh, I like you." I may have a lineup, but I like you. You're not even in the lineup. You over here, they over there, but you want me to cut off all my hoes.
I'm not gonna say I never have a lineup because spiritually, like I'm in a different place spiritually now. I never have a lineup because I don't spiritually connect with a lot of people. That's what I mean by that. Like you might miss that part because I don't talk to nobody. It's either I'm gonna talk to you or I don't talk to nobody. It's kind of a dangerous place to be in because dating
what
these
you're saying.
days, you
Like, if I
kind of
like
have
you,
to keep it open.
I'm going to talk to you.
Right. I'm gonna talk to you.
Right. I get what you're
And if I don't like you, I'm just not gonna talk to you. I don't even play with people. I just be like, oh, I kind of feel
Yeah.
friendship vibes.
Yes. Yes.
I'm not being nasty. I don't even want to be nasty,
I'm
Will.
with you. I think you got to be upfront with people
No, you do.
because things get taken so out of context. You can have a conversation with someone and they're like, "So we talk?" No.
I think that be one of the what I've learned, even with dating, is there's an opportunity to gain, like y'all said, to gain a friend at the end of the day. So whether y'all get involved romantically or not, you still don't know what she do for a living, who she could connect you with
That is true.
outside of this. So it's always good to just keep it playing. A lot of niggas get too caught up in the other side,
Very true.
getting pussy. They get.
Relationships can be platonic.
Yeah.
Not if you're having sex.
They could. Yeah.
They
no,
can't. If y'all ain't, if
But-
the woman tell you she ain't fucking with you like that, and there's something that y'all
So
could
at that-
build on,
right, 'cause at that point, you have a choice to continue to going through this door. But
Correct.
the problem is, a lot of niggas do try to go through that door, but they still go through that door with the intentions.
Oh,
of
that is
intentions of
true.
changing
Right.
your
Yes,
mind.
Yes, the
Yes,
intention
the
of changing
intentions
your
of
mind.
changing
But
your
then
mind,
who
yeah.
ends up with their feelings hurt?
Some folks,
All right.
some folks do graduate from the friendship
Now some do.
circle,
That does
from
happen.
friend zone.
Me personally.
You said people graduate
once
from
I
the
put
friend
you
zone?
So there are some people
there.
who can graduate from the friend zone.
That is true.
It's
Hey, it takes a
some
lot of work
folks.
to get
You
out
know
the
what?
zone, boy.
It's like, yeah, I would assume so.
It's some folks that I know have graduated from the friend zone. I got a college lifelong friends. When I say baby, he stayed in that friend zone. He came around me. He came around anybody with my girl, and they married with 2 kids. Like, and it's not like he stopped doing his thing, but he stayed in that friend zone for as long as he could, and he got his wife. He got his 2 kids.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so I mean, it's
I
possible.
mean, it does work for some people.
It works for
I
some
don't
people.
know if I could stick around that long. Did he know he wanted to marry her? Or that it just happened over time?
It happened over time. I'm pretty sure he always was like, "You gonna be my wife."
Be
Like,
that.
"You gonna be my wife." Like, whether he was serious or not, he was like, "You gonna be my wife." And he got out that friend zone. But I don't play with people like that. I just personally don't. I don't like because I now know how I can make people feel. Like, and I'm cognizant of that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want you.
Yeah.
I know what it feel like. I don't need that. We don't need any of that. Before,
what you
if I go on a date with you and it really doesn't, there's nothing there, I'll just be like, hey, I appreciate this date, but I would not like to date again.
Yep. I agree with you.
Right
I don't
then and
want to
there?
lead anybody on.
Like before the date over, or
Towards that end, yeah.
I don't see anything wrong with
No,
that.
Will, because you know what? And I'm polite as hell about it.
no, I could tell.
I'm going to be polite as hell because men like to slap you up these days when you embarrass them. They like to be a little ruthless.
You know, that's
A little nasty. You got to be
careful.
nice. you got to be
You
careful
don't
around
know
here.
what's gonna happen.
Because you just
2023.
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Like, people are just
Niggas
nasty.
really tweaking like that?
Back in the day, if you don't, I mean, obviously, Will too cool for school, so
Clearly.
he ain't them type. But you've never been approached by somebody like, "Hey, girl, let me get your number." You say
Absolutely.
no, they be like, "Bitch."
Yes, absolutely.
Bitch,
Fuck you then.
fuck you then.
Blah, blah, blah. It's like, wow, because
Like,
I
my
said
God.
no.
Yes,
And you
I
can
said
still
no.
say no very nicely. And you
Right.
still be everything up and down but your name.
And you have to be careful.
Yeah.
I be like, "Nah, baby, it's cool. No,
Yeah.
nah, baby, I'm not gonna get my number out.
Yeah,
No,
like,
no,
no,
no.
I'm
You cool?
sorry.
I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Like,
you have to
keep it
do
real.
the most to save a nigga's ego to not get fucking verbally assaulted.
Too.
It's really sick.
Oh yeah,
Ego make relationships fail too.
that's the truth.
Yes, it does.
I don't got an ego no more.
Okay.
I don't. You think I do?
Well, everyone has an ego. It's
No,
nothing personal.
no.
Everyone has one. It's just
No.
everyone's ability to differentiate
Yeah.
between when to use it and when to not is different.
Okay,
So
thank
you
you.
have an ego. You maybe have just
What if my
learned
ego
when to
died?
use it or not.
You right. She's smart. Thank you.
You've learned when to use it.
Yeah.
Cause you know that you gotta have some confidence. Like that's
do.
that's a swag. Like you gotta have that.
You got to know the difference between like when something is your ego talking and when it's valid. Because sometimes our feelings literally just our ego. We in our head, and it's
But
not
you know
real.
what I meant to say? In certain situations where I used to use my ego, that I don't use it there no more.
That makes sense.
I don't even give it my energy no more.
So how your response is different.
My response is no response.
Your response is no
There's-
response.
say
Which
shit.
is sometimes the best response.
Yeah, Jim Jones said it first, but I mean, yeah. No, for real. Like when you don't, like you just stop. Motherfucker go back like, damn, around this time last year he was. There you go.
So you just don't feel like you have any points to prove. Like it is what it is.
Yeah.
What about your ability to apologize? Like I find that to be a hard part
I'm
about the
quick
male
to
ego.
apologize. Like
yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like I ain't got that. Like if I fuck some shit up, I'm quick to apologize.
Is it a real apology? Like,
Yeah.
like, is it a sincere, like you truly do feel sorry, or is it more of like I'm saying sorry because I am conditioned to know that is what you are supposed to do in this situation, and it's gonna make you happy?
I
Because
do
everyone
it
does that
because
sometimes.
it's like, no, I don't want. It's like, damn, it's crazy. I don't like people having a bad perception of me. So if I fuck up, I want to apologize. As soon as I realize I fucked up, I want to apologize.
But is that your ego, or do you truly feel bad about it? Because is it
I
your
truly feel
ego
bad about it
saying,
because if I
just don't want
if
you
I
to
don't
have
feel
a
bad
bad
about it,
idea
I
of me?
won't. No, if I don't feel bad about it, I don't apologize.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
But if I genuinely feel bad about some dumb shit I did, I'm apologize.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have an ego sometimes.
Yeah.
Just sometimes.
I could tell.
In the apologies area. Yeah, what you mean you could tell?
Women don't like to apologize.
No,
That's not true. I
That's not
apologize
true.
Women don't
when I know I'm
apologize.
wrong. I have no problem apologizing.
I have no. You know what? Let me back it up
Thank
so
you.
I don't tell a lie. Because let me tell you something. If you get me to the point, because I'm good with my words sometimes, and if you get me to the point where there's something I have to apologize to you afterwards, like you might have deserved it. So in my mind, I'm not going to issue an apology. But that's where God be checking me. It's a lot of stuff. I'm serious. I'm serious. Like spiritually, I'm in a different place. It's a lot of stuff that I might feel like you might deserve, and I don't do a lot to anybody, right? So if I get to a point where I do something that I must apologize for, God has checked me and wrecked me on it, and I fought him on it, and then I have to go back and apologize. And that's usually how that happens,
That's usually how it goes.
because I don't want to.
Yeah.
I just do what I'm told.
That's crazy.
I just do what I'm told.
It's very prideful.
It can be, but it's. I mean, you know, spiritually speaking, I have to humble myself. So if God tell me to apologize, even though I don't think it's right, I just got to do it. And that's just kind of how it has to be done. And I might mean it after. I might not apologize then. I might wait a while. Like,
Till
all right,
you
now
mean it.
till I mean it.
Okay.
Till I mean it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I don't really.
but you gotta have it's good ego. You gotta have confidence. Like
Yeah,
everybody,
for
you
sure.
have to have confidence. You're not going up to a woman with no confidence.
Yeah, you might as well stay where you sit.
You stay where you sit. You're not.
Don't come over here.
You're not.
Because
You know, you gotta be a little boasty, like a little boasty.
Yeah, but not
little
too
boasty.
much.
Just not, but not too much. You gotta be a little.
Not too much.
You gotta know what you bring to the table.
There you go.
Because what do I bring to the table?
Type of shit is that?
A lot of motherfuckers, man,
Something in my eye.
they just don't get it, man.
Don't get what?
That whole, I don't want to go back to what they bring to the table, but that whole notion of what you bring to the table. It's real simple shit, but I don't want to get back into
If
that.
people would just worry about the tables in their situations, we'd be a lot better off.
I heard a really good. I know you don't want to get back into it, so I'm gonna just say this, and can I say this and just move?
Go ahead.
I heard a really good rebuttal to that. What do I bring to the table? I bring a table. You bring a table. We got two tables. How about
I
that?
love that. I like
There
that.
you go.
I got one. You got one. We got two.
I'm speechless.
Exactly.
Now we got two.
Everybody can't say they got two tables.
Now we rocking and
We
rolling.
got two damn tables.
Now we rocking and rolling.
So a lot of women don't think like that. That's her table, and then my table is.
No, we put them together.
Yeah.
You gotta earn the right to put it together, though.
That's a fact.
Will
I gotta
like
be
it's not.
quiet.
Yeah, I know you said not a lot of women think like that. I don't think like that right away. Like you gotta earn. You gotta earn the trust.
I mean, I would hope so.
Yeah.
You know, and most men don't think that
You
way.
said you fall in love easy, so how would you know?
Okay, listen.
I don't think that's
Drea
what she
loves the
said.
kids. I love everybody. I don't fall in love easy.
That's not
She
what she
just said, "I love you." Come on, we
I
go
said
to
I love.
That's
I
not
I
what
know it
she
was you.
meant.
I have a
being
lot of love to give.
sarcastic.
I have a lot of love to
She
give.
fall in love
what she
easy.
said.
I mean, I've been in
That's
love a
what I
couple
got up.
times.
I did not get that out of it. I did not get that out of it. Is that what you meant? Because that's
I'm
not
just
what I
saying,
got out
I've
of
been
it.
in love a couple times.
That doesn't.
Just a couple. But I love everybody.
What's your
Drea love the
idea
kids.
of falling in love fast? Like, is there a time? Good question.
I never. I ain't
Time? You
ain't
think there's a
experienced that
time
in a long
frame?
time. No. Well, you know.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah, I mean, I have the ability to fall in love. I think anybody do. When the vibes are right, like when it's right, you have the ability to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's all
That's
about
what it
if
is.
you comfortable.
It's tough.
You
it take me a
a
while.
stone cold thug, huh, Will?
Take me a long time.
I'm not a thug. What's wrong with her?
Are you emotionally willing and able? Like,
What you mean?
when you go to, it depends on what your dating status is right now, because maybe it's not open. Depends on what you're looking for.
Right.
But if you're trying to get to know someone, are you coming to the table open and willing? Like, if it happens, it happens, or no, I gotta, put parameters around this because I've been hurt in the past.
I think everybody got parameters at this point in life. I don't think that'd be irresponsible. You don't think so?
Yeah, you're right. You gotta guard your heart.
I mean,
You do. It would be irresponsible.
shut up, woman. But yeah, I don't know. I'm emotionally available though.
Right. It's
To the
about
specific
emotions.
to the right person. You can't just be emotionally available to a person that don't want to hear that shit. You know,
You are
you know what I'm
correct.
saying?
That's true.
Because some women won't. They say they want a person that can communicate and a person that can express themselves. But then once they get it out, he acting like a bitch. I don't want to hear this shit.
Again, what kind of women are
My
you?
Hey man, you hear him saying
William?
facts.
Is it William?
I don't know.
You hear him saying facts. I'm just saying, man.
Nah, but seriously,
Everybody ain't like
some
y'all,
women want
man.
dudes- Some women want dudes that's gorillas all the time. Every time you see them, they
Yep.
be mugging gangsters. Some women like that. They don't want that emotional intelligence. Or they'll have that guy as the front guy, and then the emotional intelligent guy is the guy on the side that she texts while the front guy is gone. There be things like that too.
If you real player, you got
That's real.
both.
That's what I was gonna say. I
What you
think
mean?
there needs
If
to
you-
be a balance.
It's a balance. If you
It's a
real player,
balance.
you're balanced. You
Yeah.
gorilla and
Like, you know when to pull out the
you
gorilla.
know when to pull out the gorilla.
And you know when to be
And you know
emotionally
when to be like,
available.
baby, I love you. Come here.
Right.
Like,
Age group different. That's
Age
why
group
I
is
feel
different.
My feelings on that topic.
that's true.
But then you got a lot of women our age, who still think like they in their 20s.
Yeah.
And that's why I realized, because one of my guys like, dude, you're talking to the same woman over and over and over again. I had to think about it like, yeah, he's right.
What do you want?
I'm in the wrong pool.
What are you looking for?
You in the really pissy pool?
I'm in the bad pool.
You in the pissy pool, because what you looking for, Will?
Huh?
What are you looking
I
for?
don't want to sound cliche.
We opening them up. We get these feelings around here. We got the
Oh,
Stone Cold
okay.
Thug around here. We trying to open up these feelings.
I'm
Got the
not-
therapist left over here. Listen. What do you
I
want?
talk a lot on this show. I ain't no stone cold shit.
What are you
Okay.
looking for?
But what are you
What you
looking
mean what
for?
I'm looking for? Just something, that makes sense for me.
That was a great way
Don't know.
to dance the fuck
You know,
around it.
polyamorous couples look for something that makes sense for
I
them.
don't want no poly
and,
nothing.
like what
just need one woman.
what makes
Right.
sense.
Somebody on the same page as me.
Okay,
I don't want to go into the whole.
That is fair.
that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay,
But yeah, just somebody on the same page as me.
where do you go to find them?
I know that, and this is the thing. I'm not gonna find at a bar. I'm not gonna find at a club. Hopefully, I can find it while I'm going for a walk in the morning.
Oh, walk where?
Maybe I'll find a Target,
You might find her in
You gonna
Target.
find a Target.
Starbucks,
Target
You
is
just
is-
might find
you
her.
Right.
Best
Target.
Buy,
You're right.
church. Even though I don't go that often.
So you're gonna go just.
Maybe I just start
that's hit
going
or
like
miss.
once or twice. Church is interesting these days.
I love church.
What church you go
I
to?
love church. All Nations Worship Assembly.
Where is that?
Well, so there were a couple different campuses in Chicago, but this one is on I want to say 79th and Chappelle. I always get the 70s wrong.
But yeah,
I love church. You
I
know,
do
you,
too, but not. Like, that's another conversation for another day.
You gonna find? I mean, you're not gonna always find the right type in there either, but you might find the right type too. So,
Right.
it's like anywhere.
I don't know.
It's like anywhere.
Hit her.
Where y'all find y'all men?
I don't. I got
Well, y'all
20
wanna look.
stories, bro. Like I
Right.
don't.
She just told you.
Y'all think y'all standards too high?
I be at home.
You think it's she want a guy to make $250,000
I've never
a
said
year?
that. Now she just said she watches the podcast. That means she knows I have never said that.
I might have missed it, but I mean,
Never.
She
have
said
said,
she'll
"Alright,
date a stocker at Walmart.
As long as you got some drive, you gotta
don't believe
go.
it. I
Is
think that's
that
bullshit.
just better not be your end goal? Everybody got to start somewhere.
that's very interesting.
Yeah, sometimes potential only lasts
Okay.
so long.
I didn't say potential.
Yeah, you know.
But I can understand if having to do something you don't want to do to get to where you need to be. I've had to do it before. And so somebody could have said that about me when I was working as a server, working 2 jobs and going to school and getting 2 degrees. They didn't know what I was working on. So they could have easily been like, I'm not dating her. She's a server at blah, blah, blah.
That's a
Not knowing
whole
I was
different
working on
scenario.
degrees
We're not
to
talking
do
about
what
a
I do.
30-year-old
So what I'm
stalker
saying, but that
at
doesn't
Walmart.
matter. What I'm saying is sometimes people take a step back, not knowing, you don't know what they got going on. You don't know what they working on. Now, am I going to just meet a 30-year-old man? He's like, my dream is just to keep stocking these shelves at Walmart.
look.
That's it. We don't have nothing else. There's nothing happening.
I was gonna ask because I'm like, what y'all saying the age group that y'all in? If you meet a man in that space,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like at y'all, like in y'all age group, y'all that's acceptable. That's why
I said there had. I mean, that's very specific. First of all, the stocking shelves. I hated that example. But okay, I saw this video, right? And I
It's
really
not
don't usually
acceptable.
agree with Iyanla, but this one, it
I know
actually
what you're
worked.
talking about,
You saw that?
and I agree.
Yes, she
You don't
asked
agree
this.
with her?
I
No,
agree.
oh my gosh, she's terrible. She's not very nice. Anyway, she asked this lady, like, would you date a bus driver? And she was like, if he owns the bus. And Iyanla was like, but what if he had all these other things? What if he really enjoyed driving the bus? He was good at it. He made good money. He was a good man. He's good to you. He makes you feel good. He treats you well. He has passion about what he does, passion about you. You're going to miss out on this good person and this possibly wonderful life with this soulmate that could be your soulmate because he drives a bus and because he doesn't own it? I mean, I don't know. Me personally, not to say I don't care about what people have going on, but I care more about the emotional aspect. And I don't know if it's because of my profession, but I'm always everybody else's emotional support. So it's super important for me that my partner is my emotional support. Not to say other things don't matter, because they do, but that is important to me.
That makes sense.
Yeah. But I'm not saying it's for everybody. That's just my personal feelings.
Yo, she don't want no bus driver.
I would date a bus.
I'm talking about she would.
That I don't want no bus driver?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say that I don't want no bus driver.
Why we talking about bus drivers? Salute to all the bus
y'all
drivers,
gave me
man.
y'all gave me only one thing to work
This
with.
ain't right, but
You gave me
bus
one
drivers
thing to
probably
work
listen
with
to the
around here.
podcast,
Set
man.
up
Salute to all the bus
shelf
drivers.
stockers.
man.
Right.
Salute to all the shelf stockers.
Because I
man.
need somebody to drive my
Nothing
baby
wrong
to
with
school.
that.
The bus driver, yeah, I need him to be right. Okay,
He'd be
Bless his
safe.
soul.
Salute to everybody. man.
I'm serious.
It's, everybody just need to focus. Bus drivers, I'm done with that. Everybody just need to find their pool. I'm sorry.
You're fine.
She gonna talk. Don't do that. Did I cut off?
She was
Did I cut
about
off?
to talk.
Did I?
You guys are fine.
Thank you.
You guys are fine.
Everybody just need to find their pool and focus on their pool.
So that's
and stop
it.
trying to dip in the
There
dab in
you
everybody's
go.
pool.
That's the problem. man.
Period.
Some pools ain't for you, and you
I
gonna get
agree.
yourself hurt fucking around in other people's pools.
Go get
Stay in
yourself
your
hurt.
pool.
Don't go in their backyard.
Stay out the stay out
You
the
stay
folk
in your own
backyard.
backyard.
Exactly.
Okay, but when you say that, it makes me believe that you mean, hey, listen, you know, if as a man in your pool, you're not going for the Michelle Obamas, you're not going for the, you know, the Cardi B's, you're not going, like, they not your league. Like, when you say that, it makes me think of you saying they're out of your league, so stay in your own
That's what
lane.
it sounds like.
That's what it sounds like. So that's what you mean by that?
Not even that. Just find your, like, you know who you are. You know, so for me, I don't like being out in clubs and bars and shit on a consistent basis.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I shouldn't be looking at or even trying to entertain a woman because she's physically attracted to the eye, but I know her lifestyle don't match mine. But
Right. Okay.
I'm still trying to talk to this
Got
woman
you.
Okay.
because I'm physically, I'm seeing, damn, she got a fat ass. Oh shit, look at her titties. I'm
Yeah.
thinking like a nigga,
Yeah.
knowing, nigga, that's not your speed,
So it's
bro.
not a level thing. It's more of like,
That's not
what
what
you
you
look
look
Mindset
for.
thing, like what you
Mindset,
look like.
yeah.
You know, a lot of times we just thinking with the eye.
Women do that
compatibility.
too.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Women do that too.
For sure.
I rate mine. I done done it before. Like, damn, you. I done done it before. I might have wrote a story about that.
Like for real, it's like you know that ain't right for you. You go
Right.
fuck with this person, and you got yourself in some shit that
That's
you know that you ain't ready for. You fucked up. You up all night calling this motherfucker. You
up all night. If
If we go to the whole scenario that y'all talked about, my mentor told me, my mentor, and obviously I have just a spiritual backing, right? Your gift will make room for you, right? And when you don't focus necessarily on the money, right? And you focus on what you're naturally given to go and do in this world, like that will make room for you and it will bring what it's supposed to bring. And so I think about that. I do also think about the fact that I can't just date potential. I have to see action.
That is true.
So wherever you are, one, be in a space, if you decide to tap a woman who's on a mission or doing something, be in a space where you're doing something too. Like, don't just interrupt somebody's greatness. And that goes for women and men.
I
like,
agree.
it's not just the thing. Like, don't interrupt somebody's greatness. You're really not about nothing.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And then it's also, I can't just date potentially more. I've been through years of that where I feel like I'm nurturing I'm trying to pull out what you got. I'm trying to pull out what you got. No, baby, you got to pull out what you got.
Right.
I got to pull out what I got.
other.
You got to pull it from each. Exactly.
Yeah.
Bring the best out of each other.
You got to bring the best out of each other, because some people in a dating space, like, have shared purposes. Like, what you do and what I do might merge, and that might be what we do together.
Right.
Then you might have your own thing too, and I might have my own thing too. Like, that should be how it is. And so you might not necessarily start out with somebody who has a whole lot of money, but they sharp.
Exactly.
Like, they business savvy. Like, they, you know what I mean?
Action.
There's action. Now at the same time, like, don't come tap me on the shoulder if you ain't prepared. If you have not prepared yourself,
Correct.
that doesn't mean you have to have $1 million in the bank. But
At
if
least
you're-
have $10,000.
I mean, that's nice savings.
That's what I say.
Yeah, if you have
start
not
dating.
prepared yourself.
I think.
I don't know. I don't
I'm
really-
sorry. I'm sorry.
Meet people and say, how much money you got?
No, I'm talking about from a man's perspective. I don't feel
Oh,
like a man
okay.
should date if he don't at least have about
I'm not mad at that
10K
standard.
put up.
There's nothing wrong with
I
that.
don't think that's
Or at least
nothing wrong
working
with
toward
that.
it.
Yeah, I don't think that's anything wrong with that. I mean, I've been
At my age.
at our age.
Okay.
We're not.
Maybe
disagreeing.
not our age. I don't know. Maybe folks will hear this a little bit younger too. Like, bro, like, don't.
Yeah.
What you got me?
Yeah.
What you doing? You recreationally date? I don't know. We
I'll
just
say
look at it
5.
differently.
I ain't gonna do that to everybody.
Jesus.
What?
A rainy day might hit. You might not have it,
That's what I'm saying.
but you gotta. What are you about? And I think we're just talking from our age group, because he's right. Like, you're a little bit younger. You might not be thinking about that. You're just
Right.
dating a date. You're not thinking
Exactly.
about that.
That's true.
I wasn't thinking about that.
No, not 20s.
That's 20.
Definitely not. I mean, not even in my early 30s. Like, who taught y'all how to date?
Who knows?
Right.
You see, I'm like,
Who taught y'all how to date?
That's a great question.
Nobody taught me how to date.
Me?
College taught me
Dating
how to
became
date.
easier once I took sex out the equation. Not saying that I don't, like sex, but I'm just saying, like,
I don't
that's
think we
not
took
on.
it that way.
I'm just saying, like, it's like that's not the goal. Is to get to know this person.
Right.
And
So
to
you don't
see-
get distracted by.
Yeah, this is not
Yeah.
because back in our 20s, the goal was get this woman out, let's get her drunk, let's get her back to the
God.
crib.
You supposed to court, man.
That was the goal back in the day. I'm a grown man now. I don't do those things.
I hear you.
I'm just saying. Yeah,
All
back
right.
then. Yeah.
I mean, you make a
That's
good point
rough.
though. I never thought of that. Nobody taught me to date.
That sounded
My
bad,
parents been married since they were
It's real.
but
20.
in the most players
They
way.
didn't date.
Who?
You can't help me with that. My
I
parents.
mean, he courted your mom.
They've been together since they were 17. So what I'm saying is they have never been adults and dated.
Right.
So they can't get, like, I can't go to my mom and be like, so what do you do? Like, you know what I'm saying? She don't fucking know.
Yeah.
She'll be like, I don't know. Like,
I mean, I think they give advice from their standpoint now, but like, college taught me how to date, and college was Netflix and chill.
that is true.
Like, we was going to, are you coming over? Cool, yeah.
That's
Papa movie. Like, it was a
true.
Netflix and chill environment. That's what taught me how to
Yeah.
date. Then you get older and you're like, oh, you supposed to take me out on dates? Okay, well, I'm about that. I like to get dressed, but like, you don't,
I know as I got older, I definitely turned into like a no, you should be courting me. Like, I don't know.
and then not everybody's been taught how to date either.
That is true.
Y'all, have y'all read the book from Mike Todd, Relationship Goals?
Mm-mm.
You have?
I read it twice actually.
Okay. But y'all, do y'all know Mike Todd though? No. Okay, so he's
not familiar.
Right, so he's a pastor.
Okay.
He got a mega church now, whatever. I came across the book like a year ago. Cause I was like, obviously I'm not doing something right. Clearly.
Don't say that.
I'm out here in the world.
No.
Messing up. Like I'm not doing something right. And I can't say that I've actually taken the principles in the book, but he introduces the concept of dating from a biblical standpoint. And he's like, you have your single time where you're supposed to be healing, getting yourself together, understanding your purpose as a single person. Then you meet your person and you're dating. And you're dating intentionally. You're trying to understand if this is a person for you, if y'all click, you mesh, if you all have the same interests, if you love the same guy, all of that. Right. Obviously, he's coming from a biblical standpoint. He says you go from dating straight to engagement, right? He says the dating phase is not meant to be long, nor is the engagement phase supposed to be long. Because you're not even supposed to be like having sex or anything, and that it's supposed to be real intentional. Engagement is the commitment to the marriage. He goes on to say engagement to marriage, marriage to love. He says love comes after the marriage. And he says love comes after the marriage because you don't even truly know love until you've sacrificed for someone, until you have to sacrifice for someone. That's what he said in the book.
I thought you make sacrifices prior to the wedding.
I mean, you might.
Y'all still believe in old-fashioned weddings? Like the old way of getting married?
What do you mean?
What you mean?
The old-fashioned way, like when you go to the courthouse, you get the papers and,
Like having a wedding?
Yeah. Y'all still believe in this?
Sure, if that's what you and your partner want to do.
I get tired fast, so I would equally like to have a wedding, and then I could go to the courthouse. Like I get anxiety around big things, whatever planned and stuff. I'm like, I'd have to have a planner or somebody. If it's not, we might go to the courthouse.
I'm with whatever.
I don't know if I agree with dude about that one.
Decide we want to.
You agree with him with that?
So it was interesting because he's saying it. This is from a biblical.
I guess
standpoint.
you get a new level of thought of love.
That wouldn't work for me.
Because you think because culturally speaking, you fall in love before you even think about it. He says you don't even really know love until after the marriage when you start having to sacrifice. And he was like, you don't really know love until you understand sacrifice like Christ died for the church. Like when you start sacrificing for people, you might like people a whole lot, but when it comes down to having to put your own behind you and sacrifice for another, that's where love is. And then he said, out of love comes children. You then make children out of that love. That's how that goes. That's how he explained what dating should look like.
Gotcha.
I thought that was interesting. I never heard it like that.
Interesting standpoint. I mean,
I could argue that all day.
I can understand it. It just wouldn't work for me.
It don't work for a lot of folks.
I don't think I could marry someone I don't love, like that I'm not.
That's what I'm saying.
In love
that feeling
with,
is
I
real.
take relationships seriously, so I know I'm taking marriage 10 times more seriously. And if I don't love you, I just don't see this working. Or like I can't. It's almost like that potential thing, but with love, I can't work off of the potential that I can love you. Because what if I don't? Like, what if we did all this and then I end up not loving you, and now we here, and I don't love you, but I thought I was going to. Now that's unfair to me and you.
I thought it was an interesting concept.
It's very
nobody
interesting.
taught me how to date, so I'm curious. Show me a different way.
He rubbed on his wife's booty on the internet.
Oh, listen.
And that was very creepy. And he manipulating people with that shit. Excuse me, like, because it's dumb. I done made a lot of sacrifices for women that I wasn't married to, that I loved, and I know I love them.
That's true.
You hear me? So that he just making shit up.
Well, then by then, why you ain't get married?
You get a new level of love when you get married, and you really feel like it's like Goku love. Like you don't try to level up on fucking Dragon Ball Z.
Okay.
Jesus.
Yeah, now you Super Saiyan love. You in Super Saiyan love now. That's what that is. You just don't.
Talking about he manipulating.
He is, bro.
Manipulate.
He's very
You see what he did
vocal.
for Ether? Well, I said for Easter.
I did see what he did for
That was
Easter.
pretty demonic.
I don't know if I could say it was demonic.
They had little teenage girls on there talking about the size of their butts.
Huh?
Yes.
You gotta look at it from a creative standpoint.
That
if you're
is
telling a
creepy.
story of
What?
when
Story of what?
you're trying to appeal to people who don't necessarily know Christ, sometimes you have to meet them at the level that they can understand certain things, right? And people are very much into the culture, right? So I think the performance was a way of getting people's attention and trying to tell a story, right? Trying to tell a story of Christ. I don't see it in traditional church. Now his church is a mega church. It's not very traditional. So you got your folks who are more traditional. They're like, you did the most. You just did too much. I think from a standpoint where you're trying to reach people who are unreachable, who can only see from a certain level, sometimes you get a little eccentric. You might do a little
because then you make it seem like that's acceptable in church. And I miss the old church when you go to church.
I get that.
You go to church and you crying, and ain't nothing. They ain't did nothing to make you think about what's going on outside. You in church and it's hot and you crying because the man just gave a good word. Now you want to give your life to God.
Now you want to give your life. That's the church.
That's
that you
the
miss.
church.
That's
but I miss not all this
to the front.
weird
so
fiascos.
you grew up in the church.
Yeah.
So you grew up in the church. What
I don't
about
need to
somebody-
hear not another sermon.
See, and that's you grew up in the church.
I done heard them all.
You done heard them all. But you gotta understand, he's trying to reach folks who might not necessarily be in the church too. Like, and culturally speaking, we got a
I
different
get it. I
standpoint.
just don't like it.
I get what you're saying.
But he
getting
also is
old.
very vocal about the fact that he was not super saved and a virgin before he got married. He's very vocal about that too. So just to throw that
know.
in there. Talking about he was rubbing his
Give him a
wife.
hard time for no reason.
Just crazy.
Just making up
His
stuff.
wife.
But I can't speak for no man. So I mean, if he wrong, he wrong. I don't know. I just
Right, who knows?
That's just
thought
my
the principle was
philosophy.
interesting.
That's his
that's-
philosophy. That's my philosophy.
I thought it was
You know,
interesting.
after you get married, you just get a new level of love, a new level of understanding of love.
That's fair.
You feel me? Because now you making different type of sacrifices you never made before.
That's very true. It's a different level of safety.
Paying for somebody else's insurance. You got two names on your paycheck now. You paying for your insurance and your insurance. That's $600 every 2 weeks. You're taking out your check.
He talking about me. It sound like you love. It sound like you done thought this thing through.
Clearly, or have you paid for someone's
I have,
insurance
no.
before?
I look at my insurance and I'm
thought
like,
this
all
thing
right, so
through.
if I add her and I got me and my son, yeah, that's gonna go up.
You done thought this thing through.
Unless she got her own insurance with her
Oh,
own job.
man, got to pay for that. That's the man's job,
Oh, you're
What
into
if her
gender
insurance
roles.
is better?
huh?
What if what?
That's
What
the
if her
man's job.
insurance is better?
That is my job,
So you agree with Steve Harvey?
in a sense.
That's your job to pay the insurance.
Yeah, for her. If that's my wife, hell yeah. If hers is better and she want to use her own, then okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like, okay,
So you agree with Steve Harvey?
yeah.
I said in a sense. I never said I didn't fully agree with him.
Okay.
Or I didn't partially agree with him.
Okay.
I didn't fully agree with him.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, I'm not mad about it. So I need somebody to pay for me for something.
Let
Can
me
I
tell you
take something off
something.
my plate?
Let me tell you something.
Shoot.
Every day, I'm like, listen,
Every day I have to fight.
tired. I don't want to do this by myself no more.
So somebody just randomly sent y'all $200. Y'all be happy?
I've sent
wouldn't?
money. You know what? I feel like I'm too classy because I like to take the money.
Oh, I would take it.
I
Now,
don't be taking money. I don't like
I
that.
would not initially
don't like when people just-
take it,
just send
but
you
I
money?
would definitely be like, what is this for? I mean, I'd have questions and I would question and I would try to send it back, to be honest. But I ain't going to fight with you for too long now.
Yeah.
I tried to give it back. You won't take what I'm supposed to do.
I usually have tried to send the money back.
Yeah, I've
and if
gotten
you push,
in
and if you
wars.
push, I might take it, but
Yeah,
because I never want to feel like I owe somebody anything.
that part. That's a big deal.
but I also have a problem.
different.
I have a problem taking from people. No, and it's a trauma response.
It is.
I have a problem accepting and taking from people. I don't really know where it came from. Maybe the absence of I don't know. You the therapist, child. Yeah. I don't know. I got a problem accepting from people. I usually give maybe because I can't be disappointed in that. So if I start accepting help and somehow you take it away from me, that's devastating. So I'd rather not even take it. I'd rather just nope.
Or it could be from the fear of someone being able to dangle what they did for you in your
Yeah.
face. I know that's how I am. I don't ever want you to be like, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have. Or when you needed, I gave. Because I ain't asked you for that.
Well,
Anybody ever sent you some money?
Yeah, man.
Here you go.
I wish.
Oh, I thought you was about
Anybody
to
ever
say,
sent you no money?
I wish. That's not what I thought you were about to say.
I can't recall. Anytime a female ever sent me some money is because they was paying me back.
Men have taken my money, child.
That's crazy.
Hmm.
That is terrible.
They have taken that
Dirtbags.
money. No, not dirt bags, but like in a relationship, I'm very supportive. So like if there have, and this has been in the past, men have taken the money, child. They didn't take the money.
This is going to be a very controversial episode because we had two women who actually made sense. I couldn't even really argue with y'all
Oh,
because nobody said nothing.
Look at that. That's the first.
Yeah. Y'all didn't really say nothing I disagree with.
see, you got to be like-minded. When you get around
Very-
like-minded
very
folks,
intellectual.
It works.
it works.
I was able to just let y'all talk. I ain't cut nobody off. You didn't either. Good job. Very good job. Like, subscribe, and do all the things y'all supposed to do. We appreciate y'all for listening. I didn't even do the intro.
This was
It's
fun.
episode 74. Good job, Camille.
Fuck you, Will.
Y'all fun.
And thank you, Andrea, for coming.
Oh,
Yeah.